This morning, I dialed her number to schedule her next appointment.
We're sorry. You left the number.
Okay, Unit 207, the men and women up there had a powwow going outside this afternoon when I went to lay down and go to sleep roughly an hour later. A powwow where they were meeting with a fellow domestic terrorist inside of their vehicle in certain instances. They criminally and illegally shut off this live stream, as they've done to every live stream today, in a blatant act that they will be convicted for very soon. It is currently 6:33 p.m. PST. There are men and women upstairs. They are continuing to be guilty of a series of crimes, which is exactly why they are going to prison for the rest of their lives. Far sooner than they're expecting. Far sooner than they're expecting. This is a consensual recording of Misty Quinn, pursuant to the instructions of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. As has been the case for the entire time I've been illegally detained since day 3. Unit 207 is solely responsible for ending all of the live streams and perpetrating a series of crimes that the FBI has already informed them they have no leniency for, they have no immunity for, and that they will be charged for financially as well as criminally. There's nothing more that can be said or done other than await their arraignment. I will flip this around and show you the recording on the Lenovo ThinkPad, which has been running uninterrupted all day as it's offline. But first I need to adjust the title and the description and click on the live stream that preceded this and see how long did they criminally and illegally shut it off for, and see how much, if any, video did they criminally and illegally erase in an attempt to make it so that it couldn't be used as evidence against them, which is why they are doing this. And then you have to keep in mind their premeditated plan to criminally and illegally break and enter and proceed with the next felony completely has hinged and been reported as being concurrent with them criminally and illegally shutting off the live streams. But also keep in mind, what they don't realize is just how many enforcement agencies have been waiting to arrest them. And the answer is, you're going to find out soon.
I could feel them under my skin, and I had to cut them out. You can't help her? What? Risa, what? A man's severed head.
I need the light. You want me to fall down the stairs?
No. I want to push you. I love you so much.
Ominous Thrill. Available now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and everywhere. Available now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and everywhere. Thrill you later.
Okay. So there is a new police report. You definitely don't want to miss that. It was filed at 3 a.m. And it's far more important, according to the FBI, than some of the other things that are going on with the domestic terrorist of the North Everett Precinct, Unit 207, the dwindling Department of Child Abusers and Kidnappers, and everyone else that's soon to be convicted. Everyone that needs an attorney. All of you that are watching right now upstairs in Unit 207, the men and women who have been assailing me and who have been intentionally and deliberately trying to cause undue stress when in fact providing even further evidence of all of the reasons why you're going to prison for the rest of your lives. Not the least of which is the female referred to as Mini-Me, who has been upstairs since 7:55 p.m. last night, actively instructing and phone calling and begging people to criminally and illegally shut off my live stream. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Non-stop like some sort of manic poodle. Non-stop like some sort of manic poodle. Like some sort of manic poodle. She's already criminally and illegally attempting to end this live stream with a boy directly above my head. She's already criminally and illegally attempting to end this live stream with a boy directly. And this live stream's only been on for roughly 6 minutes.
We are ever appreciative of your devotion.
That's how she rolls. So I am clicking on my YouTube channel to see how long and how much time did they fuck up and tamper with the preceding live stream and their blatant tampering, witness intimidation, witness tampering, obstruction of justice. All why? All because they don't want to have everybody know what everyone already does know, that they're a domestic terrorist organization, that they're an aggravated criminal conspiracy, that they are a criminal enterprise and nothing they've ever done has ever had any immunity. Okay, the preceding live stream reflects that it ran for 3 hours and 42 minutes. Again, this one launched at 1:28, but you should listen to the beginning of this.
Organization that is going to prison and is actively in Unit 207 right now.
To the back of the store immediately.
And is actively
The back of the
in Unit 207 right now, already preemptively attempting to criminally and illegally shut off this very live stream.
So it appears, if my math is correct, this ran for 3 hours and 42 minutes, the preceding live stream, before they criminally and illegally shut it off. Indoor, it is now 6:40 p.m. PST. Indoor, they erased that footage after it ran that whole time. Either one is likely. Either one is criminal. Either way, my front door has stayed closed as it has since January 2nd, except for when Unit 207 had the children they've been abusing and will be charged for kidnapping repeatedly and a variety of other crimes. Aside from having them break in after 19 days of premeditating and plotting to do so.
An older man said, bringing over his car to bottled water and canned food. Tornado. It was definitely storming outside.
So again, it is 1:31 p.m. PST. If this live stream ends for any reason whatsoever, it's an act of terrorism. It's an act of obstruction. It's an act of evidence tampering. It's an act of witness intimidation. And per the premeditated and illegal crimes that have been reported over and over and over again, which the FBI has evidence of beyond doubt, it's also part of their final raping and entering. Something they are already guilty of, just like extortion, fraud, kidnapping, child abuse, child endangerment, failure to act,
Tucker in my arms,
and a litany of other charges, some of which will be surprises on their soon-to-be unsealed indictments. My front door has remained closed, as has been instructed by the FBI since January 2nd, and will remain closed until these imbeciles are apprehended,
Stay away from windows.
and/or they perpetrate their final count of breaking and entering. The third one, which again, as they have premeditated.
Big open areas are not good.
As they have premeditated, it has consistently been planned to do it while criminally and illegally shutting off this live stream. There's been one exception to my
The Lenovo ThinkPad has been recording. As you can see, it's 6:42 p.m. Thursday, February 13th. This is 10 hours and 59 minutes. It's about to be 11 hours.
All of the child abuse
Tornado, like you see in the movies.
and the kidnappings.
Once it hits 11,
the entire domestic terrorist organization. If you've missed it,
Once it hits
FBI
11
has
hours, we'll
stated
end it
explicitly of
and
Unit 207,
email it.
quote, they are not nearly as smooth as they like to imagine. Of the North Everett precinct, there will be an exodus at the North Everett precinct.
Fairview's a big
Quote,
town.
most officers take an oath to serve and protect. The North Everett precinct
Takes an oath to abuse and deflect. That constitutes domestic terrorism.
The FBI authorized me this morning.
Okay. I pushed stop on that video just like I did with the 20-hour video. Previously, as soon as you stopped it, the gallery would show up here for you to choose the video that you've just stopped and to initiate another. But Unit 207 is actively hacking. And just like was the case at
Of the North Everett precinct, there will be an exodus.
1 in the morning, Unit 207 may or may not have just completely erased that 10-hour video that you saw for yourself, like they did with the 20-hour video. We'll have to find out together while they're upstairs barking and squawking, saying, we're going to prison, but we don't believe it. We're so excited. We keep doing things that require us to go to prison even longer. So again, it appears that they've once again, oh no. Okay, good. We have the video,
So
allegedly.
again,
Today,
it appears that they've
7:06
once again-
a.m.
Oh no. Okay, good. We have the video,
So
allegedly. Today, 7:06 a.m.
2:13,
Good. We have the video,
6:29.
Today, 7:06 a.m.
2:13,
Good. We have the video,
6:29.
Today, 7:06
Oh,
a.m.
this is the police report. They won't allow me to play without criminally and illegally shutting off the live stream.
This is the
Today's police
They
report.
won't allow me to play without criminally and illegally shutting off the live stream.
This is the video that should open that just ended that once again they are preventing from opening. Let's push open new file. Again, this is the 37-minute one. Yeah. And as was the case previously, very likely this live stream, they've either just completely erased and it's the one reflecting as 0 bytes right here, or it will magically show up as you've seen yourself repeatedly in numerous live streams while they've been on this. Okay, this one should be it. It started at 7:43 a.m. Can't open it because why? Because Unit 207 has been cyber attacking this as well. Earlier today, the one that they didn't erase after 20 hours showed up magically right here afterwards. So far, I'm only able to see this one, the report, the police report from 3 a.m. today.
There we go. Now we're recording. It's 6:29 a.m. PST, Thursday, February 13th, 2025. This is the commencement of the Lenovo ThinkPad recording, the YouTube live stream titled 4:32 a.m. New Police Report.
As you just saw, it appears they've magically finished allowing this to process. All right, so we do have the 11-hour video. So we're going to click share.
Completely erasing this. Although we know that that won't prevent Unit 207 from completely erasing this. Retroactively, something they've been exhibiting repeatedly and has been reported repeatedly since February 1st in their attempts to evade justice. And now I'm going to read aloud the police report from today. But before I do that, I'm going to put it in the description so anybody that's
Nerd Squad, I am attaching this video that's run for 11 hours to the preceding email. Oh, Unit 207 hacking the email.
At 6:30.
Just writing the date and time in here, 2:13, 6:47.
Hours ish.
Sending it to the real Mystic Gwen and Mystic Gwen 333 Nerd
Saving
Squad.
that at 6:30 a.m. Nerd Squad, and then I will begin reading aloud to you. Don't
Don't be shocked and unnerved if they criminally and illegally end this live stream. They'll be convicted for that. They'll be charged for that financially.
The female federal felon upstairs is literally telling the man to quickly, criminally, and illegally terminate my live stream again.
Okay. This will be a little tricky because normally I put the
She's
laptop
one of
in
the
the
ones that not only is
laptop.
going to prison, but also has actively stated repeatedly, it's her or me. It's not you or me, darling. You're going to prison, and I may or may not have to testify against you. All signs point that I won't be needing to,
Okay, here we go. Here's the police report.
because the FBI seconds that you're a
It's also the fourth
psycho
addendum
lady.
To the February 4th. This was sent to all the law clerks at the Snohomish Superior Courthouse, as well as the clerk's department. It was also sent to the North Everett Precinct, the Seattle FBI, the Snohomish County.
Are we still connected at 6:48 p.m.? Are we still connected at 6:48 p.m.? Are we still connected at 6:48 p.m.?
On the Lenovo ThinkPad, since they're back up to this crime. So I've just started a recording again on the Lenovo ThinkPad since the prior one was used in order to make a recording of me reading aloud the police report. It is now 7:43 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Thursday, February.
Remember, it's not. This is a recording I made
2025.
this
The domestic
morning.
terrorist upstairs. The
It's
aggravated
6:48
criminal
p.m.
Conspiracy. The former officers who are in fact child abusers, kidnappers, stalkers, frauds.
All adjectives the FBI is
etc.
confident
Domestic terrorists
you deserve
upstairs.
and will be convicted
Keep
for.
shutting off the live stream. So we'll be running this on the Lenovo, but remember they criminally and illegally erased a 20-hour live stream this morning, which you can see yourself. And I believe it was the 1:55 a.m. live stream. Maybe it's the one that immediately superseded it. And again, you'll have to go to facebook.com/Mystic Gwen Loves Only You if you weren't personally served with today's police report and addendum that is legally required to be filed in each and every case, which literally lays it out for those of you with an IQ under 70, how it is that you've hit every legal statute required to be labeled as domestic terrorist, something you've all been since day one of you participating. For some, that means since March of 2023. For some, it means since September of 2023. And for some, it means even more recently than that. Either way, make no doubts about it. You are indeed part of a domestic terrorist organization and an aggravated criminal conspiracy. You've never been part of an operation. And you're going to prison if you haven't blown the whistle. Oh, it looks like they criminally and illegally shut off this live stream again. Oh, now I see it. We're still connected. Oh, now I see it. We're still connected. And keep in mind, my front doors remain closed since January 2nd, 2025, per FBI's instructions. The sole exception being the disabled teens that have been abused by these imbeciles and their co-conspirators at their direction for 13 months were used to facilitate the breaking and entering that was planned in the domestic terrorist organization's base of stalking and criminal activity operations, i.e. the condo directly above my home of 13 years for 19 days straight prior to them having those disabled boys break and enter. Prior to them having those disabled boys. Those boys that are very much legally kidnapped, who they will be convicted for endangering, for having play a role in their domestic terrorist organization, for coercing, and for abusing.
Remember, that's all been verified. The bona fide FBI agent is excited to convict you guys for what you've done to my sons and to myself.
Possession of my sons. Even though she's never had possession of my sons.
And that includes the yapping
again,
poodle upstairs
I'd like
who's
to
still
read aloud
demanding
the
this live
police
stream be
report
shut off, and it may very well happen. I don't know.
Unit207 keeps criminally and illegally shutting off these live streams.
Looks like it has
And
been.
I don't want to
Because I'm moving this
spend
around, and
9
yet
hours
my
having to say
laptop's
the
not
same
showing a
thing over and
movement.
over and
Oh, there's a
over again,
movement.
like they made me have to do on the 11th, and like they made me have to do since 7:55 p.m. PST last night. Why? Because they don't understand that it is only them that is going to prison.
Verified.
And that it is only them that literally is going to be spending the rest of their life, Stephen McQueen style, throwing a baseball against a cement wall this time next year.
Also verified.
If you didn't get that reference, it's from The Great Escape.
It's a good
An
movie.
excellent film. If you didn't get that reference, it's from The Great Escape. An excellent. Spoiler alert, just like Stephen McQueen, you're not going to escape if you didn't blow the whistle before the new year.
Ha!
You
Facts.
didn't blow the whistle before the new year. Okay, so I am going to keep this recording on the Lenovo ThinkPad going. Remember, you yourself have to go and read the police report because Unit 207's domestic terrorist organization, criminal enterprise, aggravated criminal conspiracy is doing anything and everything they can to facilitate the Blitz sweep taking place weeks earlier than the FBI was projecting. Weeks earlier than the FBI was projecting. Would you all
Verified,
like
baby.
to spend your Valentine's Day in King County Jail? Is that how you'd like to spend it? County Jail? Is that how you'd like to spend it? County Jail. All right. I'll keep the recording running on the Lenovo ThinkPad. Again, the door has been closed with the sole exception being the felonies that they had, those disabled teen boys that they've been abusing, coercing, and having follow their criminal instructions for 13 months. And the door is still closed because, like you were told in the February 8th addendum, the FBI has said my door is to stay closed until you are all booked, detained, and in King County Jail. Detained and in King County Jail. And or you come and perpetrate what the FBI says will be the third illegal entry, which will constitute the act of domestic terrorism that the Seattle Federal Marshals really, really want. Marshals really, really want. Marshals really, really want. Marshals really, really want. So you have a terrific Thursday. I'm going back to podcast I was listening to. I'm not in the mood, though, for Time Suck anymore. What I want to hear is the latest episode of Annie Wood, but the last 2 weeks she has done like live streams, so I'm just going to assume that she's not going to have a podcast up until like noon is when she's been doing the previous ones. I will have to intermittently turn on this live stream, unmute it to make sure that it is still recording because Unit 207 has been criminally and illegally shutting them off so incessantly. Again, the only plus I could see coming from this is that they're detained sooner than the FBI was projecting, which is fine by me. 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 FBI was projecting, which is Oh, interesting. I was playing, I thought the 37-minute long video that should have been a recording of me reading the police report. Turns out, just since we've been running this, as you saw previously, that recording ran for 11 minutes. They criminally and illegally cut off 7 minutes, and I'm actually playing you the beginning of that live stream. See, it now reflects as being 10 hours and 53 minutes long. I wonder if that means they criminally legally made something fake occur in the last 7 minutes. That'd be weird. Because this live stream that you're watching has already been running for over 20. And then remember, I'm not an employee of the FBI, but I've been authorized to state I'm an informant since the last week of June 2024. And that's because so many of your charges are going to hinge on the fact that I am an informant. Hinge on the fact that I am an informant. Hinge on the fact that I... Like the Class A felony witness tampering all of you are facing. Multiple counts of today for every single termination. Think you'll get a plea deal for that? I doubt it. I doubt it. The FBI had me tell you you guys had no leniency, no immunity, and that there would be, quote, note, I'm gonna put on a no leniency for those who obstruct and tamper. And that you're personally and criminally liable. Especially given the aggravation of being surrounded by stalking domestic terrorists, professional disgraces to every man, woman who is a public servant in any capacity. Servant in any capacity. Servant in any capacity.
Okay, so I am going to X out of this video, which you saw yourself. It is being attached to the Google Drive on the new email address that was required to be made on the 11th due to Unit 207's ongoing criminal conduct, which is still persisting. Once it's uploaded to that drive, it will be emailed to the realmysticgwen@gmail.com and the other account. And here, let me show you that, assuming we're still connected. There we go. And again, it is 6:58 p.m. now. And there's that file. So I'm going to X out of that video because, again, that wasn't even the video I was intending to play. We're going to click back on the files. Here's the 11-hour video that they didn't allow to show up repeatedly. And here is the recording of the police report. Oh, no, this is the recording of the police report. The one that... Oh, no, it says today at 6:43 p.m. They criminally and illegally changed the date it was modified because they modified it. Remember how it was 11 hours when we ended it? Then I just opened it thinking I was playing the other one. Oh, it still says 11 hours. Once I push play, it says 10 hours and 53 minutes.
They're back up to this crime. So I've just started a recording again on the Lenovo ThinkPad since the prior one was used in order to make a recording of me reading aloud the police report. It is now 7:43 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Thursday, February 13th, 2025. The domestic terrorist upstairs, the aggravated criminal conspiracy.
Okay, so this one ends, you'll note here, this is like the year, the month, 7:43. Here it says today at 6:43, and that lines up with the time. So the date modified actually was Unit 207 changing the file format. 74305. Is that's the same one? 74305. Okay, so this should be the reading of the police report. It is.
There we go. Now we're recording. It's 6:29 a.m. PST. Thursday, February 13th, 2025. This is the commencement of the Lenovo ThinkPad recording, the YouTube live stream titled 213, 4:32 a.m. New Police Report, 213 at 3 a.m. Has this about a couple of hours into the footage, assuming we're still connected. Let's click on this live stream and make sure we are still connected, although we know that that won't prevent Unit 207 from completely erasing this.
We are. You can see it over here. You're looking at my screen still.
Retroactively, something they've been exhibiting repeatedly and has been reported repeatedly since February 1st in their attempts to evade justice. And now I'm going to read aloud the police report from today. But before I do that, I'm going to put it in the description so anybody that's coming to the video knows that if they want to listen while they're driving, they can fast forward a couple hours. Typing read aloud.
I'm going to type that in this live stream too. Read aloud at 7 p.m.
At 6:30 a.m. Then in parentheses, 2 hours ish into live. Saving that at 6:30 a.m. Nerd Squad, and then I will begin reading aloud to you. Don't be shocked and unnerved if they criminally and illegally end this live stream. They'll be convicted for that. They'll be charged for that financially and literally.
Verified.
Okay, this will be a little tricky because normally I put the laptop right here, but here is my house otter, and he is not moving. I don't know what's
It's the
wrong
same
with
thing
him.
right now. Look at him. He
Keyboard.
is just a little smush mush. He is just the
15 hours.
cutest little house
So
otter.
just aim it at Hunter.
He wants the
Watch him try
cuddles.
to board. Oh, you a vicious kitty. Oh, look at you. Vicious boy. Okay, here we go. Here's the police report. It's also the fourth addendum to the February 4th. This was sent to all of the law clerks at the Snohomish Superior Courthouse, as well as the clerk's department. It was also sent to the North Everett Precinct, the Seattle FBI, the Snohomish County Sheriffs, DCYF, Anne-Marie Bauer, anyone and everyone that's going to prison and owes me millions, except for my multiple times convicted stalker and abuser, who's one of their co-conspirators. It's also filed at the
North Everett Police Precinct, which they'll reject, I'm sure. Everyone was tagged on Facebook except for the Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office, as they blocked me the first week of January 2025 because they think that by doing so they can pretend they've not been served.
And that's also because of the poodle upstairs,
And aren't
aka Mini
implicated
Me,
when a couple
aka
of them
Tom
are going to be
Dooley,
federally
aka
disbarred.
Little Miss, you're going
So
to
here we go.
prison.
Fourth addendum to formal
Hopefully
judicial
you like
notice and
Muff
police report
and Miss
filed
80
February
plus years is
13th,
your cellmate.
2025, 3 a.m. Original filing, formal judicial notice, aggravated and ongoing criminal conspiracy, obstruction of justice, evidence tampering, child abuse, child endangerment, stalking, harassment, extortion, fraud, civil rights violations, and retaliation against FBI informant by North Everett Precinct. Unit 207 and associated individuals. Mandatory filing pursuant to ADA and any/all cases with my legal names, Lynette Renee Hansen, aka Mystic Gwen. Date of original filing, February 4th, 2025, 10:08 a.m. PST. Previous addendums, February 6th, 2025, 7 a.m. February 7th, 2025, 1:45 p.m. PST. Correcting previous documents error which incorrectly labeled it as third addendum. February 8th, 2025, 7:12 a.m. PST. For those of you that don't know, those are the documents you have to read on top of this one that I'm about to read to you so that you know exactly what's going on. And here we go. 2, Snohomish County Superior Court, North Everett Precinct, Snohomish County Sheriff's Office, Snohomish County Prosecutors, et al., and forwarded to FBI. From Lynette Renee Hansen, aka Mystic Gwen, subject supplemental information regarding further criminal activities, escalation of threats, evidence tampering, continued child abuse, and incurred penalties, February 10th to February 13th, 2025. Immediate action required. Criminal enterprise in domestic terrorist organization. No immunity.